Here's the dirty little secret about being rich. It's not about the money. It's about the way people see you. The way you see yourself. Fuck money. For kids like Joe Hunt and me, being rich is about respect. My name is Dean Carney. I grew up with parents who were middle class, the opposite of rich. But they wanted the best for me, scraped together tuition fees to send me to the most elite prep school in Los Angeles, the Harvard School for Boys, where I first met Joe, the scholarship kid with no friends. The only thing we had in common is that neither of us belonged. I learned early on that the key was to fake it till you make it. I used my charm, wit, and backhand to hang out with the sons of movie stars, CEOs, actual royalty. I played the part perfectly. By the time I was 25, I signed a deal worth $250 million. I had it all, the house, the money, the girl, and I had the best partner, Joe Hunt. In Beverly Hills, the dream isn't a better life. It's the best life. So let me go back. It all started 6 years after high school, and let's just say that I wasn't exactly living up to my full potential. Are you ready to buy a car, you handsome son of a bitch?
What do you got?
Well, I got a Bentley.
Boring.
What, you don't like a Bentley? I got a 1979 IROC, driven by Stallone for 3 months. I got a Corvette.
Let's see the vet.
When there he was, my old classmate.
You need to invert.
He hadn't changed a bit.
If we take the over and the under with a reverse butterfly spread,
He was still the smartest guy in the room, still wearing the cheapest suit.
Sorry, Corvette.
Mr. Yoku, thank you. Dean.
Joe, been forever.
Way too long.
Come here, man. So, making moves, what have you been up to?
I am working at the Pacific Stock Exchange.
Wall Street of the West, nice.
And what are you up to?
A little bit of this, bit of that. Are you living downtown?
I'm still living with my father.
Are you shitting me? But are they not paying you?
Barely.
Ah.
Is that cash?
Yeah. I just sold the Biltmore's Corvette. Joe, you shouldn't be working for these guys. You should be these guys. You gotta get your own thing.
Thanks, I appreciate it. That would take investors and money and things I don't have.
You know, we would make the perfect team. Come to Spago tonight. It's Charlie Bottoms' birthday. We could go and talk to him.
Charlie Bottoms from high school?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna want to give me his money, Dean.
Of course he will. Just do what you did to those guys. You know, pitch him goal.
I don't think so.
Those guys hated me in high school. I can't.
Yes, Joe, you can. With your brains and my connections. Think about it. We could own this town. That's a yes, right?
That looks like a yes to me. Okay.
Yes, Joe. Okay, so it's Spago at 9, and it's a costume party. We'll both go as Reagans. You're gonna come, right? Promise?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. See you later. It's great to see you, man. LA was never a 9-to-5 town. Deals were made at night at places so exclusive, just getting in meant you had your checkbook ready. Most exclusive of all was Spago, which is where Charlie Bottoms was holding his 23rd birthday bash. Halloween in July.
Sorry, kid. It's private parties.
Oh, no, I'm invited. I'm here with Dean Carney.
Oh, yeah, sure you are.
Yeah.
I pity the motherfucker. Back on.
No, it's Charlie Bottom's birthday, and I'm joining.
Hey, go home. Go home.
Dean! Hey! Joe! There he is. Hey! Joe, what are you doing? Come on in, dude. Charlie will be 24 by the time we get inside. Come on. Mr. T, maybe? Thank you. Thank you, thank you. See you later. Dude, what happened to us both being Reagan?
We are both Reagan. I'm Nancy. It's called Edge. Come on.
Holy shit.
Right? I told you, dude.
Lady, so good to see you.
You're late.
And you are beautiful.
You forgiven. Try to place?
Old friend. I'm Joe.
The girls at Spago were out of control. We ran with a pack of babes called the Groovers. When any new scene hit LA, they were always on the crest of the wave. You don't come to California for the sunshine. You come for girls like Sydney Evans.
Mean Dean.
Is it delicious? You know her? You ready? What was that for? Edge. Here they are, my boys! Gentlemen, allow me to introduce to you our semi-assassinated president, Joe Hunt, a very close friend of mine. Joe, you remember Kyle and Scott Biltmore. Man, this shit is twisted. I love it.
This crew was the epitome of a good time, which meant the world clamored to be around them. I once watched Tom Cruise's date excuse herself to go to the ladies' room only to leave out the back door with both Biltmores. Then there was Charlie Bottoms. Aside from being blessed with good looks, he was a mastermind in business. And what did all three of these Harvard alumni have in common? Money. These were the richest kids in Beverly Hills.
Happy birthday, Charlie.
Thanks for coming.
I got you a gift, Charlie.
What's this? Gold?
I've been studying the market going back 40 quarters, and if we invest in gold right
My
now...
dad's in gold, and he says the market's gonna tank. So how is the system gonna handle that?
That's why we reverse gold. We buy and sell a pair of puts and calls to set a spread against volatile charges.
Shut up a minute. Hey.
Did we go to high school together?
No, seriously, he looks familiar.
Shit, yeah. Hey, I fucking know this kid. He was the one who was thrown off that debate team, right? And then I stuffed the guy in the locker.
We reverse gold.
Okay, I've got a
Reverse
Macallan, Macallan 12,
Golds.
Glenlivet, a Makers.
Yeah, man, right here. Thanks.
Happy birthday, Charlie!
Hey. So, Dean, you got that 10 grand you owe me?
For my Corvette?
No, it's back at my house. I'll bring it to you in the morning.
Dude, we got to get you out of the valley.
Dean, I will never freeze up like that again.
I know, brother. I believe in you, man.
Rodeo Drive. I saw a guy filling up his Rolls Royce today at the self-service island. Yes. And it's depressing in Beverly Hills during a recession. I mean,
took you long enough. I called you hours ago.
Have you even slept?
No. Dean, sit down. Biltmore's, Charlie, all of them. Their names have given them everything they could ever want, except purpose and responsibility and self-respect. But they've never had to worry about how to cover a car payment or how to make rent, things everyone else stays up nights worrying about. So, of course, when I showed up with a flake of gold and asked them to invest, it didn't mean anything to them. These guys, they don't care about market analysis or projections or any of that shit.
Part of something.
Exactly. And every business needs its founding principles. You've heard of Steve Jobs?
Yeah, of course. Remind me,
Steve Jobs, he's 26 years old, he's living the American dream. He dropped out of college, and now he's worth $149 million. How? Because he took computer technology and made it simple. He's selling the future. Read this.
Paradox philosophy. Turn bad into good, even wrong becomes right.
In the right context, you could take yesterday's failures and turn them into tomorrow's successes.
This is rad. What's the BBC?
It's the name of our company.
What does it stand for?
Remember that poker game we could never get into in high school? No one will know, but to us, it'll mean attaining the unattainable. What's that?
Kyle's apology? 10 grand.
Holy shit.
Turn it into 20, and every one of Kyle's friends and family will be lining up to give us their money. Between word of our success and this, it'll spread across Beverly Hills like wildfire.
Before you turn your nose up at a measly 10 grand, remember these were the Reagan years. Gas was 91 cents a gallon, cigarettes were $1, and 10 grand was pretty close to the yearly income of an average family. Joe took Kyle Biltmore's money and invested in gold. In 3 weeks, it was up 35%. We couldn't lose.
These look great.
And you wanted to use staples.
Okay, so we gotta be at the Biltmore's by 6, right? Let's hit the racks out at 8 now, so I gotta check the closing price on gold.
Well, aren't we up?
Yeah, we're up this morning, but I gotta check the closing price.
Okay, I just gotta make one stop first.
I just sold this guy a car last week.
Nice, huh?
Ah, Mr. Carney, he's expecting you.
Stories that I live for. I want you in the front row at that courthouse, all right? On his face with your camera the moment the judge reads those charges, all right? Every other journalist is going to want the same fucking shot, all right? Come on, get up. Now, I want you to play rough. I want you to claw their fucking eyes out. I want you to tell them that you work for Barbara Walters. Tell them you are Barbara Walters if you have to. This press badge will get you access everywhere, all right? Listen to me. Front row. That close-up of John DeLorean, I do not want you to miss it. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Ah, yes. Bonjour. Combien c'est pour paire de photos de John DeLorean? Ah, oui, merci. Nigel, we're a go. Yes. By GM the moment that those charges are announced. Yes, at 52.5. That's right. Thank you.
Ron Levin was a force of nature.
Oh, hi, Giselle. Hi, it's Ronnie. Yeah, I'd like 3 chopped salads.
Made a fortune on Wall Street with the Rothschild Group before going west to dabble in any deal he found interesting, lucrative, or both.
Here, right? No, you're staying for lunch. Yes, and some tiramisu with 3 spoons. Thank you so much. Dean, show me. Mm-hmm. All right. 1962. Original patina. Mm-hmm. Solid chrome. No, but Dean, these are not in mint condition. These have not been stored properly. I am not paying $2,000. No, I will pay you at most $600 for the whole set. And who is your friend, Dean?
This is my partner, Ron. Do you remember Joe Hunt I was telling you about?
Oh, right. Yes, Dean told me you're trader of sorts?
Yeah, that's right, Mr. Levin. It's a pleasure to meet you. I notice you have the afternoon edition there. Do you mind if I take a look?
No, go right ahead.
Thank you.
Joe is a genius. This guy had like a sixth. What?
Rough day in the market?
No, not at all. You know, Mr. Levin, it's really an honor meeting you. I'd love for you and I to sit down and speak through my investment strategy. I think you might find it very interesting. Are you familiar with the commodities market, Mr. Levin?
Am I familiar with the commodities market, Dean? Why don't you tell me?
Holy shit. That can't be real.
What is it?
It's a bulla. Sumerians used it. They put those tokens inside their clay pot. It marked the day a commodity was delivered. It's 5,000 years old.
No, it's actually 6,000 years old. You were looking at the world's first futures contract.
Must be worth a fortune.
Do you want to hold it?
You kidding me?
No. Just be careful, because it's worth a lot of money.
Shit! Oh! Oh my God.
Oh, shit.
Dean, go find a broom.
Okay.
Please tell me that was insured. I'm so sorry.
Insured? That was priceless. There are only 17 bullas in the entire planet, and every single one of them is locked in a museum.
It's a fake.
But you thought it was an original.
Yeah.
And why? Because the perception of reality is more real than reality itself.
The Billionaires' parents had taken off to Europe for the summer. So the boys had turned their home into their own private clubhouse. The place was always crawling with Beverly Hills royalty.
Me and Dean gonna get the show on the road or what? We're boning in the bathroom. We'll get him hurried up.
Dean, we took a hit in the market today.
What? How bad?
We wiped out.
All of it?
Half. The rest is still in the account.
Yo, Dean! Your guests are waiting!
Just give us a second, Kyle. Wait, what are you doing?
I'm giving Kyle his money back.
Wait, you're gonna tell him now?
After the presentation in private? Yes, I have to.
No, what presentation, Joe? There is no way these guys will buy our pitch if Kyle's bitching about a wipe out.
I know, but I don't have a choice.
All you have is your rep.
Dean, I'm just gonna be honest with the guy. He knew there were risks when he got involved.
He doesn't know.
What do you mean he doesn't know? There was no apology? You gave him his money without him knowing?
I'm sorry, I wanted to put wind in your sails. I should have told you the truth. But think how many legends started exactly like this. The Kennedys were rum runners before they ran the world. This is our chance, come on.
We'll go to Marcus Allen. Tickets? Yeah,
Gentlemen, if I can have your attention, please. Thank you for coming by tonight. So, some of you may remember my friend Joe Hunt from high school. We spoke to some of you guys at Spago around 3 weeks ago. If you can't remember the night, it's the night that Charlie has been trying to forget ever since. But I'm not the guy to talk to you about the minutia of why we're here. So, Joe, you wanna tell him about our proposal? You want to talk about a paradox? Joe's bad break was our lucky day. When he got caught in my lie, we broke through to a whole new level. All he had to do was cross one tiny line.
Gentlemen, you're the Young Turks of LA, heirs to empires, sons of scions. But what would you do to earn it on your own? To look your fathers in the eye,
Not for a handout,
but with a handful of cash that you pulled down.
With this, dump the opportunity at your fingertips? Fuck no! Seize it. Now is the time to own your own destiny and become part of something great.
The BBC.
BBC. What's BBC stand for?
Exactly. Within that question lies our hook. Each investor will ask, what is the BBC? Are we a holding company? Are we an investment pool? Are we a social club?
All of the above.
Buy on mystery, sell on history.
I like it. Sounds like old money.
Fuck old money. How about we make some new money? We all stand on the verge of wildly profitable ventures in this room alone. Scott, you bought a Benz in Munich, drove it across Europe, and sold it right here for twice what you paid. That's 100% profit. Charlie, how many times have you advised your dad on energy stocks only for him to make the big move? And Kyle, you believed in my trading system to the tune of $10,000.
You what?
I did?
Yes, you did.
And here's your first disbursement check.
Wait, $5,000? Is this what's left?
No. That's profit.
Instead of admitting we lost $5 grand,
The rest is still in gold.
Joe told him we made $5 grand.
50% in 3 weeks.
Yeah.
God damn.
This is just a loan. Okay. What do we do if he asks for his money back?
Look, Dean, this weekend, you're gonna scrounge up every dime so we can reinvest and make his money back. You got it, Joe.
So guys, think it over, let us know. We'll see you later.
Bullshit. You guys are coming out with us tonight.
Yo, Tim! This cash machine right here is my new best friend, Joe Hunt. If he ever waits in line again, and I'll sick the wolf on you.
No, he doesn't mean that, Tim. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Welcome, Sparrow, Mr. Hunt.
Thanks, Tim.
Tim?
Ladies.
Gentlemen, if I may, to paradox philosophy.
Wait, para what?
Paradox philosophy. It's our theory that is outlined in each prospectus. 3 weeks ago, Joe blew his pitch to you guys. And tonight, he made you $5 grand, Kyle. That is a paradox. Winning by losing. Seeing the paradox allows you to do things that you thought you couldn't. Cross lines you said you wouldn't. For example, Charlie, what is the worst thing you can imagine doing?
The worst. Murder?
Okay, perfect. So, could you kill someone for $1 million?
No.
See? That's a line you can't cross.
Yeah, but who would?
Well, no one here for sure, but
Kyle, what if you walked into a room and your mother was being raped? Would you kill then?
If my mother was being raped?
Yes.
Well, fuck yeah.
Yeah, but under those circumstances, anybody would.
Okay, so then change the circumstances and you'll cross that line, the line you said you wouldn't cross.
So by shifting your perspective, you can justify anything.
Justify, that implies right and wrong. But if you reconcile your perspective, then right and wrong become relative.
Chateau Lafite, Rothschild, 1959, finest Bordeaux.
Hey, yo, we didn't order that.
This is compliments of the Chef Park closest friend, sir.
Dean, excuse me, boys.
We asked that you go alone.
That's okay. Come on, Dean.
I think he's awful. You think he's talented? Yes. Oh my God, his art, his graffiti, first of all, looks bourgeois, and all of his art looks like it's finger painting.
I love finger painting. It's so mature.
Oh, that's why everyone thinks he's a genius, because you love him and you say it publicly, but I'm telling you this, no one's gonna remember the Jean-Michel Basquiat in like 15 minutes. Forget about it. Oh, Joe, hello.
Mr. Levin.
Say hi, and you brought Dean anyway.
Mr. Levin, I wanted to say thank you for the wine. And, but of course, I had to bring my partner with me.
Well, I guess I'll have to respect that, but if you don't call me Ron, I might have to murder you. And this is my friend Andy Joe.
It's a pleasure to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Andy is in town doing, are you ready, an episode of The Love Boat with Milton Berle. Apparently, Milton Berle has a love boat between his legs.
It's true.
Any dick contest, he takes out just enough to win.
It's big as a salami.
It is?
It's big.
Wow.
It's like huge. Do you like salami, Joe?
Who doesn't, dude? So, you know, Ron, we just cleared 50% in 3 weeks.
Really? And I thought for sure you took a horrible beating this afternoon.
No. I shorted gold hard and made out like a bandit.
Well, that is quite a return.
I'm serious. We really should get together and talk about you investing.
You see, I knew it the moment I saw you, Joe. You're a hustler, just like me. Thank you so much for coming to say hi. You will excuse us, won't you, Joe?
Of course, of course.
Joe, this is for you. Sugar, because you're so sweet.
Thank you so much.
I say you write 2 checks right now, bro.
Think so?
I fucking know so, bro. Hey, this goose shits golden eggs.
Hey, Joe. Joe. Hey, can we grab a word real quick?
Our dad's always riding our ass saying think about the future.
Well, here's our thoughts. Kill it. Yeah, don't make it so much. Yes!
Have a good night.
Hey, your name's Sydney, right? And you're an artist?
I work for one.
No, I hear you're a really talented artist. Dean told me, right? We have an investment company. And I was just talking to Andy Warhol. Do you know Andy Warhol? You've heard of him? Sorry. Obviously, yeah, you've heard of him.
Yeah.
But I'm, you know, trying to land people like Andy. But I don't know anything about the scene.
It's like you're getting to know the scene pretty well.
No, the art scene. I don't know the first thing about it. So I was thinking maybe you could tutor me?
Tutor you?
You know, give me a crash course in art. I don't know anything about it, and I got this for you. It could be a down payment on the crash course.
I'll think about it.
Joe sold the world that night. And the Biltmore's money put us to work. Before the euro, there were these things called Deutschmarks, and dollars bought German shit for dirt cheap that we could sell here for a hefty markup. We made a deal with Scott's guy in Munich, and the BBC entered the gray market. The M635 CSI was the nastiest thing on the Autobahn. You've heard of an M5 or an M3? This was the first street-legal M-Class ever. You couldn't get them in America, which meant everyone in LA wanted one.
Give me the keys.
They're in the car. Ever driven a new car before?
This car is worth more than my apartment.
Are you sure you want to put miles on this puppy before it passes smog?
Oh, yeah.
So the BBC has a motor pool now. Come on, I gotta get dressed. So let me get this straight. You buy them for 10 grand in Germany, pass smog for 5, and then sell them in Beverly Hills for $70,000?
$80,000. It's a fine full profit. Ron, you can share in if you go in on the BBC. I'm thinking 20 grand, 15 grand. 10. We can start small.
I spent $10,000 on dinner the other night, Joe.
You could buy a Chrysler for that.
Which is exactly why I called it the Chrysler dinner, which is a steal compared to the Lincoln dinner I'm throwing tonight at Mr. Chow's. Joe, you think too small. Maybe if you're gonna pitch me, you ought to think about adding a digit or two. Because when I go in, I go all in.
Okay. Get your checkbook out.
No. It's gonna take more than a 635 CSI to get my checkbook out. I invest in relationships, Joe, not deals. People, not stock.
You read our prospectus?
Yes, and I made some notes in the margin.
Oh.
You're kind of all over the place, Joe. Low-risk spreads on high commodities, performance BMWs in the gray market, and a gold mill?
Ron, that gold mill is the deal of a century.
I'll tell you what I did like. Go to the first page. That is interesting. That is the essence of success. Reminded me a lot of when I got in hot water with the SEC. Oh, don't worry about it. Anybody who knows what they're doing eventually gets flagged by the SEC. Should wear it as a badge of honor. I'd been working at Rothschild for a year when suddenly I found myself thrown in front of a discipline committee and was forced to defend myself. And I had nothing. 21 stories and none of them good. So I came clean.
They took your license?
No, I mean, they could have. They should have, but no, because what I was doing wasn't illegal. Yet. I was ahead of the law. I mean, it was unethical and corrupt. Immoral, if you believe in that sort of thing. But it wasn't illegal. So they had nothing. So guess what they did? They asked me to write the code to prohibit the kind of trading that I had been doing.
How brilliant is that?
That hearing made me with the SEC. And I realized that day that sometimes the truth is the best lie.
Why come to me? Your father certainly has his wealthier friends.
But none he respects more.
Our first investors became our #1 sales team.
Just the kind of investor we want to do business with at the BBC. It's not all about money, Mr. Baxter.
And Joe's strategy put us on the map.
It's about integrity.
The only difference between a nobody and a player is an address.
Think about this, Uncle Hank. 286 horsepower, and you're the only one at the LACC driving one.
Dad, you know I don't take investing lightly. And I've never come to you before, but I mean, I really think this is a winner. BBC is groundbreaking, doing things that is revolutionary. And with the same principles Granddad had when he started the family business.
Like the sign, bold, makes a statement.
Bold and beautiful, right? If you'd like to come through, this will be our conference room.
I'm not just a member of the BBC, Mr. Baxter. I'm a client, too. Yeah, that's my father. I believe in Joe Hunt. I believe...
This is the easiest money you're ever gonna make. I mean, Joe got me 50% in 3 weeks.
50% in 3 weeks. Total Mad Max in the market. I'm talking, blows the doors off anything you'd make at Shearson Lehman.
Kind of sounds too good to be true.
It looks true to me.
We pulled in everyone. BBC was no longer our game. It belonged to all of us. It was a family, which was the secret to the BBC.
I'm in. All right.
We wanted members with friends and families who were titans of the West Coast.
I'm in.
I'm in.
I'm in.
How much?
Call.
Boys!
Come on, guys, come on. Gentlemen, want to come through?
But Ron didn't trust outside brokers, insisted on using his own.
Gordon Brokerage, how may I help you?
Hello, Frank Piedmont, please.
One moment.
Frank Piedmont.
Hello, Frank. I'm here with Joe Hunt.
Hey, Ron. Hey, Joe.
Good afternoon, Mr. Piedmont.
Ron's told me about your unique trading system in the gold commodities market. I'm impressed. That's not easy to do. Most people lose their shirts if they stay in gold too long.
I'm sorry to be so direct, but I'd like to check the balance on the account.
Frank, do you mind saying that one more time?
At closing market today, the account balance was $4,100,002.05.
Thank you, Frank. Joe will be back in touch very soon, I'm sure.
Remember the butterflies in your gut right now, and know that that is the show. You sell a BMW, you pay your rent. You refine a tanker full of crude, you cover your overhead for a year. But if you perform on the account I just handed you, then your lives will never be the same. Think big, and you will be big. Unless, of course, I got you boys wrong. I mean, after all, what does the BBC stand for again? Oh, right, bitching, boring crew. The brainless, boneheaded cartel? Or are you the Billionaire Boys Club?
Once Ron said think big, we took it to heart. From then on, every check that came in went towards more luxury, which meant more loans.
Billionaire or bust. As one of our first investors, Mr. Baxter, I wanted to come by personally and deliver this check.
50% return.
Just like we promised.
I don't normally invest, but I have to say that the BBC has really struck a chord with me. Especially watching young men like yourselves. I can only hope my son's following your footsteps. Which is why I've decided and invested for them in the BBC. Hell, I even took out a second mortgage. I'm hooked. I'm hooked.
You're probably wondering why we take this money when we just got $4 million from Ron Levin. We weren't actually holding Ron's money in our hands. We were just authorized to trade that money on his behalf. We were paper rich, but cash poor.
Dean, look at this. That's his kid's college fund. That's the house that they live in. We can't keep promising 50% returns. We're committing fraud. Should we give it back?
Honestly, Joe, the only difference between high-risk investing and a Ponzi scheme is how it all ends. That check is just one more reason to pull it all off.
You know what beats a kid's college fund?
4 kids' college funds.
We're gonna make Baxter so much money. He pays off both his mortgages.
And sends every kid to grad school.
Hi, I'm meeting Bert Langdon.
Oh, Mr. Langdon just called. He wanted me to tell you that he had a family emergency and that he will call you tomorrow. He was very sorry.
Oh, thanks.
Definitely. Like when it rips you apart and you can't walk for a week, and you're just like begging him to move so you can like feel. It's a blessing. Okay.
So who's got the big schlong? Is it Scott or Kyle?
What?
You're sleeping with both of them?
No, but it's kind of a disaster.
That's very wrong with you guys. Are you following me?
What? No, I had a meeting here.
I think he's stalking you.
No, I swear. You can ask the hostess.
We're kidding. I have to go meet Dean. No, you don't. Such a nightmare when your girlfriends hate your boyfriend. Oh, come on. I'll take you to see Scotty Boy, or is it Kyle?
Whoever's home.
Love you, babe. Bye. See you tonight at the gallery. Bye.
So, do you not like Dean for Q, or do you just not like Dean at all?
I am not a fan of Mean Dean.
Mean Dean. Why does everyone call him that?
You don't know?
In 3rd grade, he burned down the game room at Camp Tawonga and blamed my cousin Jake for it. Jake got sent home for the entire summer, and Dean won the camp tennis championship. That's not a coincidence.
You're talking about 3rd grade.
A leopard doesn't change its spots.
Actually, a leopard does change its spots according to Scientific American.
Are you always this literal?
Oh yeah, always.
Do you want some?
No thanks, I'm good.
Do you not drink?
I've actually never had a sip.
Tell me more.
What do you want to know?
Everything.
Wow, okay. Yeah, I'm from the Valley. I went to Harvard School for Boys on a full scholarship. My mom left when I was 15, so I chose to stay with my dad. Okay, your turn.
I grew up in Beverly Hills. I went to an all-girls high school. My parents are still together, happily, if there is such a thing.
Have you always wanted to be an artist?
Always is a strong word, but yeah, I guess so.
Cool. And you said you had a show tonight?
Not me, my boss.
Oh. Is this stuff any good?
I'll let you be the judge.
Was that an invitation? Hey, Dad.
Where'd you get all the fancy clothes?
At Armani. Nice, right? With the way things are going, you're not gonna have to worry about anything ever again. I'm gonna set you up.
You're gonna set me up?
Yeah. BBC's really taking off. I'm gonna get you out of this shithole.
I thought that the one good thing I did in my life was to get you a quality education, so you can have a better life than me. But had I known that you were gonna emulate these people that think they're better than us, Joe, it's been my experience that if you're honest in business, things don't happen this fast.
You worry too much.
Dude, this suit is lethal. Joe, gold was down 15% at the dollar.
It'll correct.
What do you mean the installers broke it?
I'm sorry.
Just get out of my sight. Now!
You look beautiful.
Hardly. Nice suit. Look, if you ever want to be taken seriously in the art world, you'll run.
Whoa, 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 Sydney. Seriously, you're gonna let this guy bring you down? This guy? Look at his glasses. He looks like Clark Kent on Quaaludes.
They're very fashionable glasses.
Seriously, Sydney. How many people would be here tonight if it wasn't for you? How many of these ideas did he run by you? He's lucky to have you.
So lucky.
Come on, let's go fix this thing. I think I got it.
You didn't have to stay.
Are you kidding me? This is rad.
Looking from a window above, it's like a story of love. Can you hear me? Came back only yesterday. I'm moving farther away. Want you near me? All I needed was the love you gave. All I needed for another day.
This is our ticket to the deal of the century.
It was originally built for gold, but Joe thinks we can make a fortune using it in the energy sector.
So there's a company in Chicago. It's called Kajenko.
And they turn oil-burning furnaces into coal. But they're in Chapter 11 because they still haven't figured out how to grind it.
So you want to use a gold mill for coal?
This deal is worth $250 million in the first 3 years.
And we're using your money to buy it.
Told you, Ron. Joe's a genius.
Yeah, I know you told me, Dean, but it's a foregone conclusion that everything you say is completely full of shit.
Is that the bouncer?
That is my new bodyguard.
Why do you need a bodyguard? Exactly what we want each shareholder to wonder when we walk in.
Tim, it's good to see you.
Good to be seen.
Kajenko had big debts, $3 million worth. We agreed to pay them off using Ron's money, and in exchange, the board agreed to sell us the company and merge it. All we had to do now?
Ladies and gentlemen,
Convince the shareholders.
I stand before you today with a proposal. So what's the question? The 1,000-pound elephant in this room is how old are these boys? Well, let me tell you, I'm 24. My chief operating officer, Dean Carney, he's 25. In fact, there isn't a single member of BBC Consolidated that's over the age of 30. And that should scare you.
You're damn right it does.
Because you have no clue how we solved, in a matter of months, what 10 years of R&D has landed you $3 million in debt and 1 vote away from bankruptcy. Inaction right now will render you extinct, but guts right now will make you rich. The choice is yours.
3 hours after walking into that ring, we left with a deal for 2 corporations, $12 million in stock options, and patents worth $250 million. Fuck Google, fuck Facebook, fuck them all. We were the first.
This house was inspired by Richard Meyer. 3 bedrooms, 2 baths. It can be rented unfurnished or fully furnished. That's up to you.
What are we doing here?
What do you think, Dean?
We owe disbursements to everyone, and no one is reinvesting. How can we afford this place?
Ron is wiring us.
Our half of the profits next week.
Then we own Kajenko and a deal worth $250 million. Remember when you said you wanted to get me out of the valley, Dean?
Yeah?
Don't you tell me you don't want to wake up to this every morning.
Do you realize the kind of whales we can reel in with this place? This place legitimizes us on the ultimate level. A couple of turntables by the jacuzzi. Paint that pool purple, and this place goes off like an ICBM. And you, my friend, can say goodbye to Moonbeam forever. I hate that fucking name.
But Ron, the check still hasn't landed.
Oh, that's strange. They were wiring it from New York this week. I'll have to call Frank on Monday.
Listen, it's been a month and I need the money. I'm in hot water, okay? I've spread myself thin with this place and the office and Kajenko. And I've sort of been...
Diverting investments to pay expenses?
Yes. Oh, wait, you knew?
Joe, I'm from Wall Street. Do you think people really get rich playing by the rules? Now open the door.
Dashing through the snow with a straight edge razor blade. Bags and bags of blow. We'll do it till we fade. $100 bills really get you high. But if you wanna ride that sleigh, you'll move up to the sky. Oh, let's go.
Our Christmas party would be talked of, written about, and remembered for decades to come. We weren't just players. We were untouchable.
It looks like the parking lot of a Dead show.
Let's do some acid!
Charlie! You gotta meet this guy, okay? He's the next Michelangelo. This man is an artist.
Hey, I'm Mark.
Yeah, Mark Mahoney. Sounds so modest.
Like a painter?
Plastic surgeon.
He's doing my dad.
Look, I don't want to be a downer, but our dad's up our ass about the accounts disbursement check.
So I got something better for you.
All right, it's Secret Santa time!
Gentlemen?
Here, open the envelopes.
Profit sharing wasn't just a pitch. You boys remember when I said this is our thing? That's your share in the BBC.
Okay, so what are these,
Worth?
Yeah?
Your shares are worth 500.
No, wait. This is fucking Biltmore money.
This is your money. Thank you for believing me.
Give me a fucking kiss, man. Wait! I can't stand it anymore. Open sesame.
Holy fucking shit. It's a Rolex.
2 months ago, I told you to think big, and tonight, you stand before me as giants, and frankly, I'm a little humbled, and that's pretty fucking rare. I'm so proud to be a part of it!
Joe, no. Did you meet the guy wearing the fez? That guy is a real-life prince.
So is every Persian.
No. Real.
Yeah.
His dad is like the Shams Minister of Oil.
He means the shop.
Joe.
What you have here at the BBC is
Stunning. It's so good.
It's like a fucking family, man.
Izzy was Charlie's friend. They met one summer in Greece. Like most Beverly Hills kids, Izzy hated his father. But he had good reason. His dad was literally a world-class asshole. He was wanted by Iranian intelligence and was on the FBI watch list.
Okay, time to go home. Okay. All right, somebody put this guy in a cab. Bye, Charlie.
Bye.
In you go, Izzy.
Joe, I'm serious. I want to join the BBC. Come to San Francisco and meet my father. He's a very wealthy man.
Okay, Izzy. We'll talk soon. Can't believe you're leaving me at Christmas.
What's London got that I don't got?
Snow?
Oh, there's plenty of that here. Huh? There we go.
You're such an idiot.
I am a charming, handsome, lovely idiot that you cannot resist.
You know that's empty, right?
No. Go on then. Go home.
Patience. No. Have you been a good boy this year? Yeah.
Very.
I find it hard to believe.
I have.
Whoa. What is that?
1962 Downs four-barrel. Found it at the Costa Mesa gun show for $200. Stored. Thing's worth 10 grand.
See, Dean, even my bodyguard is an entrepreneur. Ryan, give me Frank Piedmont.
Hello?
Hey, Frank, it's Joe Hunt. Just calling about that final disbursement check. Ron's bank in New York still hasn't received it from you.
Disbursement?
You did send it, right?
Okay, wait. Is this a part of the story?
What story?
The story, Joe.
Joe, what's he talking about? Joe. What story, Frank?
Are you messing with me?
Does it sound like I'm messing with you?
Joe, listen. Ron told me he was a producer for Network News, doing an expose on your gold system. He got me to issue statements on a phony account.
And that's the day the bombs dropped.
Phony?
Yeah, the money was not even real.
Phony? What's phony?
It was all part of the story. He had a camera crew in my office filming me during our first call.
What do you think?
Turns out Frank wasn't Ron's broker at all. He thought Ron was a network news reporter doing a story on investing.
I'm the only one who knew there's no money in that account. Stay on the line, Joe.
Ron conned him into pretending the account was real so that he could use it to get a $1.5 million bank loan from somebody else.
$14.4 million in cash in an account at Thornton Brokerage.
How long will the approval take?
Won't take long at all.
Joe?
Ron was big time, all right. Big time con man.
But if you perform on the account I just handed you, I invest in relationships, people, not stock.
Joe, I'm from Wall Street. Do you think people really get rich playing by the rules?
Joe? You're never gonna believe what happened today. 2 of my pieces are gonna be in a show. What's wrong?
Ron Levin burnt me down, Sid.
What?
There wasn't ever any money in the account.
Why would he do that?
Because he's a hustler. Just like me. Look at this. Same as a friend at the LAPD. Ron is under federal indictment in 3 states for bank violations, larceny, check kiting, and postal fraud. Postal fraud. I am such an idiot. You know how much money I put into Kojenko at this point? Everything. And now it's fucked. I'm such a fucking idiot. Sucker. Idiot.
Stop. You're gonna hurt yourself. Stop.
Sydney, look around. Look at this house and the car and my office is all gone without Ron's money. I'm fucked.
Okay, just calm down.
I don't understand. He gave me a Rolex. It's the nicest gift anyone's ever given me.
It's ticking. The second hand on a Rolex sweeps.
It's a fake.
What if we just leave town for a while, just while this all blows over?
Sid, I can't just leave town. I owe a lot of money to a lot of people. Real people. Retirement plans and college funds. I need to pay them back.
Oh, beautiful. Okay.
Welcome to Billionaire, sir. I'm so sorry. We're actually by appointment only.
Ron! Oh, no, he's fine.
We need to talk.
Nicholas, meet my broker, Joe Hunt. Spending some of our money, Joe?
Looks like a perfect fit.
Well, I wouldn't expect anything but the best. Thank you, Nicholas.
Thank you. Network news.
Oh.
You conned me.
Is that what you think?
Yes. Phony bank account with no money in it, an expose for Sweet Week. Have you been playing me this whole time? Did you ever even believe in me?
Yes and yes. You know, Nicholas, I don't think these are going to fit in my trunk. Why don't I come back next week and try the smaller set? Look, there's a perfect explanation for all of this.
Okay, I'm all ears.
Excuse me, Mr. Levin. Would you allow us to take them outside and check?
Well, if you insist. Oh, shoot, I was right. So close. Well, why don't we go ahead and try the smaller set while we're out here?
Excellent idea, Mr. Levin. Give us one moment, we'll be right back.
Thank you. You can do anything in Beverly Hills with a Rolex and a Rolls.
A fake Rolex, Ron?
Swing by the house, Joe. I'll explain everything. It's not nearly as sordid as you think. Oh, and Joe, do me a favor. Tip Eduardo for me.
What do you mean Ron's burned us? Where's the money?
It was never there in the first place.
No, wait, what about the shares? Huh?
The BBC's finished, Kyle.
You know, I can just see the look on my old man's face now.
Yeah, no shit.
God, I just want to squash that bug.
Maybe we should. Should what?
Fuck him up. Oh, he's a con man. What's he gonna do? Go to the cops?
Yeah, seriously. What would you guys do alone in a room with Ron Levin? What would you do to make him give us our money back?
What, hypothetically?
Yeah.
I said we bust in there and we explain the situation.
Yeah, with a gun to his head.
But put gloves on first.
Tie that asshole to a chair and pistol whip the fuck out of him.
Tape his fucking mouth shut so no one can hear him squeal. Torture the shit out of his dog.
Twist its fucking ear off.
I hate that mutt.
Kill it. Right in front of his face so he'll piss his pants.
You motherfuckers are crazy.
All right, what else?
Dig a pit. What's worse for the BBC? Ron Levin out for revenge or Ron Levin in a pit in the middle of nowhere? Hmm?
Are we still talking hypothetical?
I want you to scare the living shit out of him, Tim.
Ain't nothing sketching, motherfucker, like cocking that hammer back.
You can't point an unloaded revolver at someone. If he sees there's no bullets in the chamber, he's gonna know the gun's empty. And we're fucked.
We hit him with the Brown Betty.
Just a minute. You stay here. Hey, Joe.
I'm so glad you came. I knew you would. I wish you called first.
But I won't hold it against you.
Ron, I haven't been straight with you, okay? There are people in Chicago who are after me. I told them about Frank, and they lost it, and they said they're coming after you.
What the fuck? Ah! Ron, tell this guy right now how you conned me. Christ, you son of a bitch. Tell him how you made money off me. Fuck you. No, put him down. No, not culture. No, where's the fucking money? In the top drawer of the desk in there. Put him down, please. Put him down. Put him down.
I really hate to disappoint you, but this is not the first time I've been tied up and had a gun in my face.
You conned me for a bank loan?
Wait, you think I used Frank to con you? I used you to con Frank. Wake up. It's called a convincer. Jesus. You know, you really don't scare me at all. Joe, listen to me. You're a natural You're born for this. You're just like me. My God, I can teach you so much. What did you say? It's gonna cost $3 million to close Kongenko? We'll make more than that in a month, and we won't have to split it with 15 people. You wanna play in the big leagues? Do yourself a favor. Put the gun away and get on a plane with me tonight and come to New York. And let's start working together as we should, as partners.
You want to be partners?
Of course.
Put the gun down. All right. Let's start right now. Cut me in on my half of the bank loan.
Okay.
Here's a check.
That was easy. Just ask next time. You can untie me now.
That looks really all right.
Tim, you brought the doorman. I got him his job. You probably didn't know that. I fucking vouched for you with Wolfgang. Are you fucking kidding me? This is like a joke, right? Are you really that low life? You brought the doorman? Oh, I'm sorry. He's your bodyguard. You know what? Maybe I'm wrong about you. Maybe you are just a low-life, two-bit hustler from the valley. And what are you, a Schwarzer on a leash? Why don't you tell this ape to get his fucking...
What the fuck, Tim? You were supposed to scare him. Why are there bullets in the gun?
Nigga had to draw a line. You gonna partner with this guy?
No, I was just saying that to get the money.
Oops.
Your father fell in love with a geisha.
She was a tea service girl. Yeah, it was fun.
Enough about us. Tell us about you and this boy who's 45 minutes late.
He's never late. Oh, there he is. Joe. Hi, this is Joe.
Hey, Joe.
So sorry I'm late. Traffic. Los Angeles traffic.
Happens to the best of us, right? So Sid tells us that you're in finance. Any chance you're related to the Hunt brothers out of Dallas?
I don't think so.
Ah, it's a shame. You know, I met Nelson a couple of years ago. He is a real character.
Where are you from, Joe?
Van Nuys.
Are your parents still there?
Sorry?
Your parents, are they still in the valley?
My father is, yeah. My mother's not. She's, I don't know, she's in Santa Barbara sometimes, maybe?
Should we order more drinks? I could go for another martini.
How about a bottle of wine? Joe, red or white? Okay.
He doesn't drink, so whatever you want, Daddy.
Are you in AA?
Mom. What? He just doesn't drink.
I really could use some water, though.
Here, just drink mine, Joe. Here, just.
Joe, you have something on your collar.
What?
Your collar is that blood?
Yeah, I was shaving, and I must have cut myself.
Let me see.
No, it's nothing.
Are you okay?
I'm fine. Yeah, everything's.
What's wrong?
Nothing.
Joe, please.
Hey, Mr. and Mrs. Evans, welcome back. You've been in Europe for a few months, right?
We were in Japan. Just got back. Hey, Charlie.
Oh.
Hey.
Oh, Charles. How are your parents? Are they still traveling?
Yeah, they're good. They're good.
Excuse me. I just remembered I have a new client meeting.
What?
It's such a pleasure to meet you, Mr. and Mrs. Evans.
Joe. Joe.
Client meeting. I completely forgot. I should go out. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Where are you guys going this?
I'm sorry.
Darling, he is not a keeper.
Joe. You okay? Huh? What happened?
It didn't go according to plan.
You killed it?
Hey, look at me. Look at me. Fuck Ron. He was a snake and he got what was coming to him. You did what you had to do. You did the right thing, Joe. You did what had to be done. Fucking come here. We can still cash his check. No one knows he's dead. You fucking saved us.
Guys!
They don't know. No handcuffs, no blood. Okay, Ron invested in Kajenko and he went to New York. That's what happened. That's it. Okay, right?
Hey! Dude, he's gotta go meet this client. It's a last-minute thing. He doesn't need me, though. We're gonna go inside and get a drink. I'll tell you about it inside. Come on, let's go in. Yeah. We'll see you later, brother.
Oh, you want to give me a hand here?
Not really.
Let him go. Careful with this stuff. Don't get creative. Just get in on his face.
Sid, you awake?
Until Ron's check cleared, we were dead in the water. Desperate for cash. Investors were starting to get anxious, and they were still expecting their 50% returns.
The pool has run dry, and we need cash now.
Once Ron Levin's check clears,
Because we're fine. Barely scratches the surface. If the BBC creators, every document from the past year will be under the microscope of the IRS, the SEC, and when they find Ron Levin's name, the FBI. And when that happens, what do you think they'll do?
I don't know, Dean. What will they do?
Joe, they could arrest you for murder.
How? They don't have a case. Not unless someone breaks rank and testifies.
You know me better than anybody, Joe. Come on.
Yeah.
You know that, but I can't speak for everybody else. Why do you think they call me Mean Dean? Why?
Because you burned down the game room.
I didn't burn shit. Jake Kastner stole those fireworks and then fucked me in the ass with a Roman candle. I was in the game room getting my foos on when all of a sudden he busts in like a firebug with a Zippo, alarms are ringing, and I'm like, Mr. Fox, I didn't do shit, but nobody remembers it that way because he ran back to the cabin like a little bit.
Hey.
Hi. He ran back to the cabins and told everybody that I burned down that room, that it was my idea. Do you see what I'm saying? You know the law as well as I do. First one in gets the deal, and
Everyone else gets the shaft.
so watch your back. That's all I'm saying. Joe. Ron Levin's check bounced. That's when we reached out to Charlie's friend Izzy, the Persian prince from the Christmas party. Izzy wanted into the BBC bad. Told us that his father could get us financing from his filthy rich friends in LA if we did the old man a favor.
How well do we actually know this guy?
He's connected. Izzy said that his dad was being watched because of what a big shot he was in Iran.
His fortune is tied up in foreign accounts, but we think with the help of our friends in LA, we can recover the estate.
Yeah, what Izzy and I were talking about is that maybe we can find a way to sneak him down south.
Get my father to Los Angeles, and we can guarantee a 7-figure investment into the BBC.
$1 million?
Yeah, at least.
A month ago, we were negotiating a $1 billion merger. Now, we were talking about smuggling an Iranian tyrant in a box.
Yo, Charlie.
Yeah?
If you see anything, honk twice.
You got it.
Hello, Mr. Samity. Here it is, just like we discussed, so no one notices you leaving. This is just until we get you out of San Francisco.
Baba, another shama said.
See, lots of space.
Yeah.
You'll be fine. What?
Baba!
Izzy, what the fuck is that?
It's opium, Dean.
اسمع چجوری نفس بکشم تو؟
Okay, you wanna try?
Whoa, 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 whoa. Sorry. Dad, to come back one thing.
Unbelievable.
Well, he's changed his mind. He doesn't want to go.
This little excursion cost us 15 grand. He is getting in the goddamn trunk.
I've explained that to him, Dean. He's not moving.
Oh, so what, you have explained it to him?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Oh, okay. Maybe I need to explain it to him. Maybe I should explain it to him the old-fashioned way.
Shut the fuck up, Dean. Listen.
Try.
Oh, God.
That key was to a safety deposit box in Beverly Hills. It was the Persian's nest egg. Now what?
Put him in the trunk.
Relax. If your dad jumps out, Izzy, Tim and I are gonna grab him, okay? Hold down the box.
Okay, you ready?
Yep.
You ready? He looks dead, Joe.
No, he's got a pulse. Your dad ever overdosed, Izzy?
Yeah, once.
He could be in a coma.
Hey, Izzy. How much is in here?
5 million. In diamonds.
Depending on who you ask will determine how the next part of this story goes. Charlie says he was in the car behind us. And I think Izzy said he wasn't even there. And that leaves me versus Joe. 4 friends with 4 very different points of view.
Sid! Hey, I need to talk to you, please.
But what's wrong?
Leave town with me. Let's just go, you and me, okay? We can leave right now. We can go
Joe,
wherever you want.
My show is tonight.
I know, I'm so happy for you. I'm gonna go home and I'll pack up our stuff and we can take off right after the show.
I don't think you understand. I can't go anywhere with you.
Sydney, I'm sorry. I've been a shitty boyfriend, I know, but I love you. And I'm gonna make this, you have to let me make this up to you.
When was the last time we even had a real conversation?
Everything's been off, okay? It's hard for me to explain, but just give me a break.
See how alone I am?
I do, it's this town.
It's this town. They build you up to tear you down. You're never good enough. You know how hard it is for me to keep my story straight? The BBC's full of cash. The BBC's flushed out. Ron Levin's gone to New York. Ron Levin's gone for good.
What are you talking about? What does that even mean, gone for good? Where's Ron Levin?
You know what? I don't want to know.
Sydney, please. Can you just please just give me another shot,
I have
please?
to go.
Sydney, I'm sorry. Hey.
No, don't! Don't.
So where have you been? Everybody just showed up screaming for blood. I think it was Scott.
Fuck the money.
What?
Fuck the money.
No!
I want to get out of here. Come on.
Guys, Kyle, Scott.
Come on, guys, where are you guys going? We're going home, dude. BBC's falling apart.
Falling apart? Come on, you guys just have no balls.
No, you have no brains.
There's no money. This is bullshit. Our Joe is fucking bullshit.
This thing is ours. This thing is real.
No, this thing is over.
Come on. Look, guys.
Where is Ismail? I'm gonna kill him.
I got him down! Dean, you okay? No, it's okay. I gotta get some rope and tie this guy up.
Joe!
We have to turn ourselves in.
What, are you high?
He was trying to kill you, okay? It's self-defense.
Yeah, because we kidnapped the guy.
It was a snake in the trunk. He had a seizure and he broke his neck.
Nobody's gonna believe that, Joe. There's way too much evidence everywhere.
All right. Okay, how do we spin this?
We dumped the body in the desert. We forged that conservatorship. He won't care as long as he gets his money. He despised the guy. Otherwise, this is kidnapping with aggravated circumstances. Forget life without parole. I'm looking at the gas chamber.
We're looking at the gas chamber.
Thanks, man. Guilty for that sack of shit? Who beat his family? Put the screws to his whole country. Fuck no.
I need to hold my head up, Dean. Instead of looking away in denial for the rest of my life.
Oh, no, don't you dare start freezing up on me now. Everything I've done for you and the BBC. You promised me, you said you would do anything for me and you would never let me down. Don't you dare start now. You're my best friend.
Okay. Dean, go home, take a shower, pound a bottle of Listerine, and meet me at the bank at 8 a.m., okay?
Don't tell Izzy what happened to his father. Not until after we get the diamonds.
Hey, we get those diamonds, Joe, we can forget any of this ever happened.
Dean, we get the diamonds. I'm paying back those loans. And I'm out for good. You understand?
You got it, pal.
8 a.m. Is that delicious?
You look like shit.
Wow, nice.
Where's Joe?
I don't know, Sid, he's your boyfriend.
Well, were you with him tonight?
Oh, seriously? Deal with yourself.
What have you guys been doing?
It's been a really long night, Sydney, so either shut the fuck up or get out of here. What, you're moving out?
Yes.
Now? In the middle of the night?
Where's Ron Levin? You guys did something to him, didn't you? Well, I know that you did, and I can promise you everybody else will too.
No, I didn't do anything to Ron Levin. Hey, did you see Joe today? Hey!
You know, you wish you could be like Joe, but you're nothing like him.
Really pushing it, Sydney, okay?
You ruined Joe. All he ever wanted was to belong, and you made him think he needed a BMW for that. Joe could have been anything in the world. And now he is twisted and he's lost because you fucking ruined him.
Joe was locker fodder till he met me, a geek you never would have spread your fucking legs for.
Where's Ron Levin? Huh? What did you do to him? What did you do?
Do you really want to know? Do you really want to know?
Oh, fuck you!
Joe? Joe, you okay?
It all got away from me. All these little choices. Not even my choices. I need you to notarize the signature for me.
Who are Hedayat and Ismail Samadi?
You don't want to know. I don't want to lie to you, okay?
Joe, you want me to commit fraud for you? Maybe lose my license?
I'm asking you to save me.
Look, my father appointed me conservator of his estate.
He's in Tehran.
Apparently so. There are a few more documents to sign before we grant you access to the safe deposit box. Right this way.
You all right?
Do you know how many people I'm lying to? Dad, do you know how many people I've hurt? I've taken things from people that I will never be able to give back to them. Never. I don't know how I got here.
We'll get through this.
Joe Hunt, you're under arrest for the charge of murder.
Don't say anything, Joe. I'm getting you a lawyer.
With Sydney asking so many questions about Ron Levin, the cops were sure to connect the dots. From Ron to Joe to the Persian to me.
I tried to talk him out of it. But Joe and Tim went into Ron Levin's house. They forced him to sign the check. And they killed him.
For a guy who saw all the angles, Joe should have seen this one coming a mile away.
That's when Joe pitched his plan to me, Izzy, Tim, and Charlie. The Persian sneak was kidnapping, extortion, and murder from the very beginning.
I didn't kill anyone.
I tried to save the guy. I pulled out a screwdriver and drove holes through the lid of the trunk so that he could get oxygen. But when I opened the lid of the trunk and looked inside, the Persian was staring back at me with his eyes all bugged out. And he was dead. It was Joe. It was all Joe.
Izzy's father never made it to LA.
Yeah, we both thought so too, but... Kill dog?
You're free to go, Mr. Carney, but the State Attorney General's office will want to hear that story again in the morning, from the beginning.
Okay, thanks.
Our philosophy of self-interest brought us everything. And then it took everything back. In America, money equals respect. It didn't matter how you got that money, you just had to have it. We thought we'd own the world. Turns out the only thing we really had was each other. But now that's gone forever.